Hey everyone, look where I am. It's Klasky Csupo!
There was an art exhibit at the Indoor Gallery with videos by Kyoobur and the Kyoobur Company. So many guests from far and wide took the pilgrimage to be Kyoobur-ified, and the diamond screen was really popular.
It's important for me to say that I'm walking around this art exhibit seeing not only my handiwork, but also the influence of my handiwork in an actual art exhibit. And that's something I never ever would have pictured. When I made this channel, I wasn't hoping for, I hope this gets recognized in the art scene. I hope someone thinks of the meaning behind it. It does have a lot of meaning to me, but at its core, it's really just fun. It's something I like to do. I like to share this handiwork for the sake of sharing it with the world. When I started with these things, it was not sharing it with the internet, it was sharing it with friends and family. Mom and Dad, look what I did on the computer, I made a cool logo and this is what it looks like. And I just got the idea of putting it on the internet because it was a lot of fun for me. And it's crazy that it's become what it has now. And it really motivates me to stick with it and to remind myself that I have, the skill that can be appreciated more than I would ever picture. So I'm just so amazed and thrilled to be here and so grateful for all the work that you've done putting this exhibit together. And that really sums it up. Hello YouTube, we are here at the See Beyond the Horizon exhibit, brought to you by Dem Passwords in the Indoor Gallery. We've got here a few screens. We've got a screen dedicated to everything Kyoobur logos. It's currently playing my 7th anniversary video, Kyoobur-ified. I know you all like that video, I sure do. We've got an older CRT monitor that's perfect for playing Geigersoft Windows. This was my first ever logo editing video, and it is a series I hope to continue. We've got a screen that's all Klasky Csupo things. It's a little hard to tell now. I'm going to zoom in, right? There we go. You can see the Klasky Csupo now. This is one of the most common logos to edit in the community, one of the most prolific, and it's very common on my channel, even recognized by the Klasky Csupo Company themselves. We've got here a screen of all things diamond and diamond related. This is actually playing Loads of Money and D.I.E.mond, and I chose diamond as the magnus opus of my video effects. Followed by the revival season. This is a series of videos I made after the organizers of this gallery contacted me about this. And, I said, this is really cool and I want to make some more content for my channel. This happened during a lull in my channel, and I made these videos to kind of bring my channel back up to speed. We've got on the wall here, it's a little dark, but we've got a community series on a projector. This is a series of videos by channels that explicitly identify themselves as offshoots of my channel. And then we move into the back room, and we see a series of videos by Joey. I forget the whole name of his channel, but it's Joey. And this is an extremely prolific offshoot of Kyoobur with you know, 20,000 something videos, 26,000, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and identified as one of the biggest followers of my channel. So we got a lot to see here, and I'm super thrilled to bring you into this exhibit. So this is the screen that has everything Kyoobur logo related, everything Kyoobur 9000, 9K, IXK, Kyoobur Network, etc. Not just the logos themselves, but the edits I've made of them. And the thing about this screen is I think that the logos that I made myself for my channel are really the epitome of my technical prowess. I do like the editing that I do on my channel, but I don't think that really captures all the skills I have, quite like the logo making that I do, which has graphic design in it as well as the same editing techniques that I use in my other videos. So I was really happy that we got to have a screen that had all of my logos and all the things related to that, because I think that this is really where my channel truly shines. This is where I put my heart and soul in my channel, and I think that it deserves its own screen. Alright, so we have another screen here. This is a screen dedicated to all things diamond. Now I have a lot of effects on my channel, as you guys know, but I actually identified the diamond audio effect as one of the, you know, not only the flagship effect of my channel, but also the one requiring the most careful thought and the most skill. Diamond is a descendant of G major. You guys know G major has a lot of tracks at different pitches, and there's a lot of dissonance between them, which makes audio sound scary, like it's coming from a church organ. So when I made Diamond, I said, what if I take out all the tracks that have dissonance, and the only pitch shifts left are in multiples of octaves from the original? And I think that Diamond turned out really well. I actually put thought into it, and I think that when you apply it to music especially, maybe not so much voice, but when you apply it to music, it can never go wrong. It always makes audio sound cooler. Whatever emotional effect the original audio had just gets amplified by Diamond. And I'm happy to say that this is one of my favorite effects, and if I had to pick any effect that I think is really a testament to my skills, it's Diamond.
Action.
Alright. Now, Klasky Csupo is a very interesting logo that's very common, not only in my videos, but also in the logo and the community as a whole. And Klasky Csupo is so common, in fact, that the company behind it actually officially recognized it. So I think that Klasky Csupo is so prolific in the logo editing community because a lot of people my age and younger are first exposed to it when we're very young, and maybe the warped features of the logo kind of take us off guard, and we definitely remember it. So this is a logo that we all are very familiar with. Maybe not all of us, but most of us are somewhat familiar with this logo. And I think that its slight unintentional scare factor and the familiarity that people have with it really helped it take off. So in editing this video, I've almost found it therapeutic in a way. It's helped me come to terms with the fact that it's not a scary, weird thing. It's just a video, and kind of tearing it apart behind the scenes has, like I said, it's been therapeutic in a way for the reasons I described. So I'm happy to give it a screen of its own at the exhibit, and I really like the Klasky Csupo edits that I see in the community. So this is a screen that's dedicated to the revival season that I made back in 2020, I think. When I was contacted about this art exhibit in the first place, my channel was in kind of a slump. I hadn't made videos for a very long time. And when I heard that it was recognized and that it was going to be turned into this exhibit, I was thrilled. So I really wanted to bring my channel back up to speed. And I made this revival season as a way of kind of coming back in time for the exhibit. And one thing you may notice is that there's a very large emphasis on Linux in this revival season because I'm really pushing the open source nature of my channel now. I'm not giving up Vegas entirely, but I really do like the prospect of basing my channel now around open source programs that people can use for free, or at least without having to pay top dollar. And I think that this revival season is not just a reflection of my channel coming back, but coming back in a whole new form that's more accessible to anyone who wants to join the logo editing community. This CRT monitor is playing Geigersoft Windows, and this was a very interesting back and forth I had with the organizers of this event. We both thought that it was kind of perfect to put Geigersoft Windows on a CRT monitor because it's meant to look like it's on an old computer. Now, looking back at the history of my channel, I think that Geigersoft Windows was the first full-fledged logo edit I really did. I had had some earlier videos that had some logo-related content, but they've had some elements of my own graphic design or things that weren't logos. This is really logo editing in its purest form. It's Windows boot screens in G major, and this is a series I'm very fond of because we all know Windows. A lot of people in the community know G major. This was in effect long before I started doing what I'm doing. And it is a series that I hope to continue because it is, I think, a testament to where logo editing comes from. Logos we know, effects we know, come together in this grand new recipe that subverts your expectations for both of them. Now this screen is a testament to the power of my channel. This is the community screen, and this is a series of videos that are all made by people who identify themselves as offshoots of my channel. When I started the Kyoobur 9000 channel, I didn't ever picture it spreading the way it did, but there's a lot of channels that like the same thing I do. They like these logo edits, they like making their own logos too. And somehow or another, just by doing what I do, I inspired them to carry on my legacy in unique ways. So I would say what's most interesting about that is when I make my logos, I always kind of pretend that I'm a film company, and I would say that in the community, taking on the same kind of editing that I do and explicitly making their logos reference mine, not only is it a company now, but it's a conglomerate. It's like a media empire full of these different companies that do the same kind of thing. So I like that analogy to a real kind of historical concept. So I was thrilled to see the community tab screen and see just how influential my channel has been on others. And that is more true than ever for a certain user who I'm going to not get the entire name right, but this is a creator named Joey who explicitly identifies himself as an offshoot of the Kyoobur Company, younger than I am, but has maybe, you know, at least 10 times the video count that I do. I have about 1,800 and he has 26,000, so way more than 10 times, frankly. Lots of subscribers, very active, and very skilled with these effects, especially these effects with colors and vocoding audio. So this is a channel that I wasn't really that familiar with until this exhibit started, but it's interesting to see these channels, you know, growing ostensibly bigger than I am, but ostensibly also relying explicitly on me. You know, this would not have happened if it wasn't for the influence of my channel. So it's flattering in a way to see that my humble little channel that I started back in middle school has grown into this big thing. And I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate that at this exhibit.
My favorite thing about the exhibit
was that it gave me the opportunity to just kind of talk about logo editing, you know, the community, what I know about the community, the work that I do myself. I sometimes get the sense that it's sort of a backwoods, mysterious thing to people that aren't in the know. And Sebastian, who did most of the work putting this exhibit together in the first place, he did an excellent job talking about the motivations behind it and how it connects to people's childhoods and people's knowledge of computers, programming, and editing. And I jumped in whenever I had something to say specifically about my work. And I hope that this exhibit makes this a little bit more mainstream and a little bit less mysterious, because I think there's a lot of educational value to what logo editing is all about, and I want more people to know about it, and I think that this is a great first step.
There was a live performance Sam Rowell kindly prepared, with the soundboard as her steed. She had the audience ensnared. We embarked on a quest through time and space, with lights and colors all over the place, and Kyoobur made the flyers himself.
So Sam Rowell's performance was called Dark Energy and Spectral Redshift, a history of the universe as told by cosmic radiation. And just hearing the title alone made me excited enough for the performance, because I used to be really into space. And this performance was kind of a light show mixed with music, and it's not the typical idea of music that you may have. It's kind of very slowly evolving, and you know, when this performance was going on, I noticed a lot of connections to some of my videos, particularly the Comes Out to Show Them videos, when I repeat a video over and over and over again until it kind of becomes this drawn out noise. And there was a lot of that in this performance. So this was a performance that the organizers of the exhibit matched to my exhibit and got in contact because they saw a lot of parallels between what we do, and I totally agree. I think that the use of color is in line with Diamond. I think that the type of music is in line with some of my videos, and overall I just think it was a really great and a really fun performance. I was honored to have Sam perform in the gallery space.
Kyoobur enjoyed exploring Pasadena and LA. So many things to see and do, you wish that he could stay. The Klasky Csupo studio was tucked away near Rodeo, and the Hollywood sign was also right there.
The Pasadena area was so indescribably beautiful, and I'm really grateful that I had enough time to explore the area, even between the exhibit and the fact that I was only down there for a few days. When I was down there, I took a lot of photos of neat logos I found for businesses and hotels and things like that. I thought that it was only appropriate that I take advantage of the trip to get some inspiration for my channel moving forward. But you know, I wasn't just down there for logo stuff. I did, you know, normal people things too. I went to this cute little arcade that had some classic games, and I got a lot of high scores. Our hotel was amazing, and we had some good meals there. And you know, on the way back to the airport to leave, Sebastian was kind enough to take us through the LA area, and we saw Hollywood Boulevard in that area, but nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me to see the old Klasky Csupo studio. I didn't even know it was in the area. I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was in that area. And when we pulled up there,
And he said, "You're gonna see some familiar characters when we go down this road." I was thinking, it's gonna be SpongeBob or the Looney Tunes or Batman or something like that. And as soon as I saw the Rugrats, I knew exactly where we were. And I was just thrilled. That was like, you know, that was the equivalent of the Hollywood sign to me. Just such an unexpected surprise, and I was really grateful to see it. It's unfortunately defunct, but I still think of it as a very important historical site, considering how relevant the Klasky Csupo logo is to the logo-edited community. It was not only very awesome and cool, but also very important that I saw it, and it was one of the last things I saw on my way out before we left. Kyoobur loved the exhibit, though he soon had to depart. But the story's just beginning for our special form of art. Our community's been recognized. We've all achieved the ultimate prize. Now the world's gonna see beyond the horizon.